Hey everyone, Corey here. So a big question I get from a lot of busy parents is, how do you prep and plan for the week when it comes to meal prepping? And it's something we've done, I can't remember when we started prepping and planning our meals for the week. I know I can remember all the way back to at least Wisconsin. So that's at least 15 years ago, if not more. And when you're trying to hit your goals, whether they be just to maintain whatever you have, you know, once you've hit your goal, or to actually lose weight, the key ingredient into all of that is nutrition. And when you are trying to make sure your nutrition is on par, the biggest thing you can do to help with that is to plan and prep your meals. So today is Sunday. That is our big meal prepping and planning day of the week for us. I will cook a little bit probably on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on how much we've gone through. If there's other things that we want, if BJ says, you know, he wants a certain type of veggie that day or something. But for the most part, our main planning and prepping of our meals happens today. So what I wanted to do was just show you exactly what we do for planning and prepping our meals. It's not something that you need to do step by step exactly like I do, but it'll at least give you an idea of how to adjust it for your schedule. So again, today is Sunday. Sundays are a big day. Right now, BJ is off with Parker doing all the grocery shopping. I absolutely love it. On Sundays, it's rare that I actually go grocery shopping with them on Sundays. I'm usually here cleaning, getting the kitchen ready to start our prepping. And yeah, I just really don't like to grocery shop, so this is a lifesaver. But let me show you what we do first before we even go off to any kind of grocery store shopping. So the first thing we do, if you can see, is we plan exactly what meals we're gonna be having for the week, every single day. So this way we know exactly what we need to go grocery shopping for. If you watched any other videos of mine, you've probably seen these or seen this. Basically, the days of the week go up top. We got the meals right here. Breakfast for us is usually a green smoothie. At least this week it is. Then we have lunch, depending on if it's a post-workout meal or not. Then we have dinner, and then we have snacks. Now we know exactly what we need for every meal, for every day. If you don't do something like this, I highly recommend it. Why? Because one, it helps you plan what you're gonna have. So you know, starting on Monday morning, exactly what you're gonna be having if you plan on Sundays, or if you prep on Sundays. Also, it helps you with grocery shopping. There's been plenty of times, come Wednesday night, Thursday morning, we ran out of food. So what does that mean? That means I have to go to the store, get food, prep some more. It's just a hassle. So we make sure we have enough food in the house. We also make sure we don't have too much, okay? We've also been there where we buy, I think we're gonna need, you know, like 4 pounds of beef for the week. Really, we only needed like 2 or 3. So the food's already cooked, but you can't keep it for very long, and it goes to waste, and I'm wasting not only food, but money. So this helps a lot when it comes to planning and prepping. Then after I got everything settled on what we're gonna be having, I make out the list. BJ goes to the store, gets the stuff, brings it home, and then I start prepping. And I'll show you exactly what I do now. Okay, so this is everything that we bought for meal prepping for this week. Okay, and this will actually last us, a lot of this will last us a lot longer than just 1 week. As you can see, we're not gonna be eating 25 pounds of rice in 1 week. And the beef will last us about 2 weeks, and the chicken will also last us for 2 weeks, because I'm gonna be dividing it up basically in half for the chicken. What I don't cook today, I'm gonna be putting in the freezer. And then the same thing goes for the beef. I'm going to be making shredded taco chicken with the chicken, and then meatballs with the beef. Then we have carrots. Yes, it looks like a lot of carrots. I'm gonna be making, I don't know if you can hear it right now, but I am not sounding too good. I'm a bit under the weather, so I'm going to make a carrot ginger soup along with the onions. Then we got our lettuce, always buy lettuce. And then we buy a lot of frozen vegetables because they keep longer. They're easy to just throw in the microwave. What? And then we have Mika, who stands by the food all the time. And we have Parker, who's always by Mika. Or Mika's always by Parker Flower. That was one of our other dogs. All right. With that, now I will tell you, this is not all we bought. This is everything that I'm going to be prepping today for not only dividing the food up, but also prepping for food for this week. Super simple, and there's really not much to it. Okay, so this is exactly how I divide up all the protein. Normally, when it comes to our beef, BJ buys it in like 6 pounds, and usually buys like 2 at a time, but for some reason, the only thing they had this week was like 4 pounds or almost 5 pounds. So got about 2.5 pounds in here, a little over 2 pounds right here. Then put this in the freezer. This is gonna go in the fridge. We'll be making meatballs out of this. Divided the chicken thighs up. There was 18 in there, so I did 9 and 9. 9 went in the crock pot, and 9 is going in the freezer. That's it. Okay, so this is how I multitask when it comes to cooking, especially prepping for the week. So as you can see, I got my chicken thighs cooking. That'll take about 5 to 6 hours. So while that's cooking, I'm going to start making my carrot ginger soup. This will primarily be for lunches, so I'm not worried about keeping it hot until dinner. Our dinner is actually going to be the meatballs that I'm going to be making later, and either a salad or some frozen veggies, depending on what we feel like. So, like I said, I'm cooking my chicken. While that's going, I'm going to cook my soup, and then later on I'll be cooking the meatballs. I want to say all that prepping and actually cooking of the food took maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. And I'm talking about like actually me working and getting the food ready. I don't count the 6 hours that the chicken was actually in the crock pot, because let's be realistic here. So 1.5 to 2 hours depending on what you're cooking. As you can see, I was multitasking. While the chicken was cooking, I was getting my carrot soup all set, right? I was cooking that. Then I was also making sure that my meatballs, the ground beef was ready for when I needed to put them in the oven. Yeah, that's it. And if that is too much for you, start with one meal. Start with one meal that every single day that week, you are going to make sure you have prepped and ready to go. Usually that's breakfast for most people. So because breakfast seems to be more of a, I would say more of a hectic time. You're trying to get the kids out the door, you're trying to get yourself out the door, or whatever you're supposed to be doing. You're trying to get ready, and the last thing you do is, try to think of what you're gonna have for breakfast, right? So if trying to do everything at once for that one, or on that one day for the whole week is too scary, too intimidating, which I understand, it can be. Pick one meal that you know you're going to prep for every single day and make sure you get it done. After a couple weeks of doing that, pick 2 meals and so on. And before you know it, you're gonna be prepping like a champ, and you're gonna have everything down to a science, and it's gonna be your way, it's gonna be your schedule. All right, I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. And also, don't forget, like this video, thumbs up it, comment below. Let me know what are some of your prepping strategies, prepping tips. I love, new ways to do things. And don't forget, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This way you get all the latest information on Train Like a Girl, from whether it be exercise, fitness, nutrition, and everything in between. All right, y'all have a great day.